Hey, what's up, guys? This Kaufman is a live YouTube channel. I look at comic books new and old, and today I'm looking at a new comic book, The Ultimates #3. It's by Marvel Comics, just came out in August of 2024. Dennis Camp is the writer, and Juan Fajiri is the artist. I like that they've got the inside cover is the main cover without this logo, because if you've watched any of my videos talking about any of these Ultimate comics, I don't like that they've been covering up, a third of the artwork with a logo and a banner. So at least now they've maybe gotten the point to put some of these covers on the inside instead of an ad. It also gives it, a different feel to other comics, which I get. That's what they were trying to do with the borders, let you know this is an Ultimate comic, but a nice touch there. So I like that right off the bat. I like that we've got the team set up here. They let us know who's all working with the Ultimates at this time. We just picked up America Chavez in the last issue. Um, the cover artist is Juan Cabal and Jesus Abertov. I just wanted to shout that out too. So we get to meet this new SheHulk character, or maybe she'll be the Hulk. Who knows? But they've been testing gamma bombs. The Illuminati have, and Dr. Banner is in charge of all of that, without any regard for human life. In fact, they've actually been using these islands for experiments on the human subjects that live there. So we get a data sheet here. It says confidential, and it just talks about everything going on this island. They start to refer to it as Monster Island, and it's actually really sad and horrific if you read this whole thing. Basically referring, to these people as just garbage and just barely above human life. So they don't even think of them hardly as human. So basically getting the message across that Dr. Banner in this Ultimate universe is essentially a Nazi. So there's all these dinosaurs and plants that are growing here. So the Ultimates decide to embark on a mission to this island, I guess, to see what's going on. And they come across some giant lizards. I really like this page. This is probably my favorite page in the book right here. We've got Lady Sif and Thor and Iron Lad. They've disposed of this giant lizard monster, and Iron Lad says you didn't have to kill it. But of course, Sif and Thor say they've come across all sorts of giant monsters like this before, so it's no problem. And then in another funny bit here, Iron Lad grabs a crab and talks about how amazing the evolution of it is, and God must love crabs because they keep evolving. And Lady Sif cuts it right in half, and she says, not all gods. So I like the character designs too. I like Iron Lad as this like young, optimistic character. Sif is just kind of a hard ass, and Thor and Sif are just kind of together in all of this as well. So they have a cool dynamic. Then we meet this other character who starts getting the better of Thor here, because he kind of catches him off guard. I really like this drawing as well. Just kind of this gamma monster. I thought it might be like perhaps the Ultimate Abomination at first or something. Maybe it is. He isn't explicitly named that in this comic, though. But Thor ends up getting the better of him. He's about to put him down finally with the big hammer strike. But someone yells stop, and we get the first appearance of this new She-Hulk character. So she explains her name is Lajori Giona Zakaria, and she's like the protector of everyone on this island. And she was the girl that we saw at the very beginning of the issue, obviously, who was getting doused in radiation. She turns the giant gamma monster. She like reads him, sings him a lullaby, and he turns back into a baby, which is that's kind of interesting. And the overzealous Iron Lad says, "Oh wow, there's more of you on this island. We could start a whole army." And she says, "Yes, here's your Hulk army." And they're all just like all these gamma radiated monsters here, who she explains, have no ability or will to, fight any battles for anybody. And she explains how they've been used by everybody their whole life as an experiment already. So, they're not going to be used by the Ultimates. And she also thinks the Ultimates are terrorists because of what she's seen on TV. So, and at this point, the comic really does kind of grind to a halt here. It gets really sad as she just starts explaining everything that's happened to her people over the years. I had kind of already gotten the hint of that with that data page earlier in the book, so I kind of felt like they could have left that data page out, and these pages would have meant a little bit more to me, because I felt like I was just rereading stuff I had already read, and now just kind of seeing it, and it just made me sad. And then she tells Tony Stark that he needs to fix the island, and if he does that, she'll join him in his fight. So that's her ultimatum to the Ultimates. And Lady Sif says, "You wanted to fix the world, didn't you?" And so she shakes her hand, and she's got a big hand there, as you can see. And she agrees. And then we see Bruce Banner, who is the Illuminati version of the Hulk here. Super strong and super smart, super intelligent. And he says that he doesn't like the Ultimates interfering in, his business and, his experiments, making treaties and alliances with these other groups. So he says, assemble the immortal weapons. So, and that's the end of the issue. And he says, these Ultimates are starting to make me angry. And they kind of remark how the new She-Hulk character, she's keeping her composure, and she doesn't get angry despite all of this horrible tragedy around her. So, about halfway through this comic, it did, like I said, it just kind of ground to a halt. And up to then, I was really enjoying this book. I thought it was cutting a good pace, and then it just kind of ended there with the ultimatum with She-Hulk and Tony Stark. So felt like we could have got maybe a little bit more something. We got some good action, and I did really enjoy the art in here, and I think the writing's pretty good, and I like where this series is going. So, I'd give it a recommendation, and we get a first appearance of this new character as well. So, just could have maybe used a better ending, like I said. It was just kind of brought me down, but anyway, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and I will see you on the next video.